The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Is demanding that Prime Minister Davis rescind the date of the general election. BCP leader Ali McIntosh says May 12th conflicts with students' exams. There were many Easter parties for the kids over the Easter weekend, so who had the better party? And while you think of that answer, Rick Fox pulled his celebrity card. He brought Boris Cujo and his wife Nicole to Garden Hills. And on a somber note, an American woman is missing in waters off Abaco. Many netizens, including Bahamians, question the husband's version of how things happened. We have the story tonight. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, BCP leader Ali McIntosh is pushing harder for Prime Minister Davis to rescind the date of the general election. McIntosh, who is running in the Angliston constituency, plans to protest at Parliament tomorrow to say to the Prime Minister, because elections are not constitutionally mandated before October 6th, the Prime Minister and members of Parliament can go back to work to unearth the widespread allegations of fraudulent passports in the hands of foreigners. McIntosh says she believes this will affect the general election adversely. McIntosh also objects to the May 12th date as it interrupts a school day, she says, citing it's 2 days after Mother's Day, and also it's the middle of the BJC and BGCSE examinations. Now, Eyewitness News last week did an exploration ourselves, and we found, speaking with education officials, that the one examination that's happening on May 12th will be the GLAT exam. I want to talk about that, though. I want to get your view on that, and certainly those of my panelists, about what the BCP leader, Ali McIntosh, is saying. This happens just, in fact, last week in Italy. There was a referendum, and the polling was done at schools throughout Italy. Therefore, there was no school that day. Kids had to stay home. This happens very often. Let's just bring it back home here. General elections have been held, and you will hear some dates from one of my panelists in a minute, but general elections have been held in the month of May, at the beginning of May, towards the middle of May, several times already. And at no time did I hear this, I guess, reason to rescind an election date being given or put forward. And so I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And also take a look at the BCP. How many candidates does the BCP have? How does McIntosh look in Angliston, and more? Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. My contributors this evening, Leslie Miller, Ellington Ferguson, and Michael Turnquest. Gentlemen, good evening to each of you.
Good evening. Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Certainly, it's a pleasure to be here. Good evening, Leslie and Michael.
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Good evening, guys.
Guys, good evening to each of you again. I want to talk about what Ali McIntosh is saying. You know, since last week, she made her intentions very clear. Prime Minister Davis, you are wrong here. To have called the general election for May 12th a Tuesday, in the middle of GLAD exams, 2 days after Mother's Day, just interrupting the flow, the regular flow and order of things as it relates to education. The fact that mothers have just celebrated Mother's Day 2 days before, that he should rescind this. Go back to work. I mean, you have several more months in your term to be able to get the people's work done. Your thoughts, gentlemen, about what the BCP leader is demanding?
Shanique, I've known Ali McIntosh for some time. Wonderful person. She have done a lot of community work in the country, and she's really a very nice person. However, I mean, like lights out, show over, curtains drop. It's past. I mean,
What is past? What do you mean?
the relevance of the BCP. Let's move on and get on with it. I don't think what she is speaking to has any relevance. It doesn't make sense. I'm surprised that it made the news. I mean, we've had a number of dates over the years. We've had May 2nd twice. We've had May 7th. We've had May 10th, along with some other school dates. We've always had election on times when there were times when we had to close school. So this is about nothing. For me, to me, it's all
So
about
what is she doing? Is she posturing? Michael, is Ali McIntosh and the BCP posturing and trying?
Shani, you know, you have everybody, and you know, we are in the season where everybody wants to make news. I mean, it's unfortunate that this is the way that they think that they should make headlines. In
The
terms of,
political
you know,
season,
yeah. It's a lot of other things that can happen. We can, you know, the prime minister more than likely would say there's no school on that particular date, but to say that no election, let's move it. Let's stop kicking the can down the road. The Bahamian people are ready for this election. They're ready for it to be over and done with.
Absolutely.
You know, people do not want to. They don't want to have their lives inconvenienced anymore in terms of road signs, all about people knocking on their doors and asking for support. But they want to hurry up, go to the polls, cast their vote, and move on. And you know, let's carry on with regular business as usual.
You know, it is amazing to me. Every 5 years, this woman on a party walks into Porter's Field.
Party.
I say on a party, walk into Porter's Field graveyard, pick a building, Georgie bundle, come up the next day with all kind of foolishness. The party has never gotten 100 votes in the history of the country. She's never gotten her money back. Come on, man. Why do you all entertain people like that? This is serious business coming up. You go to the graveyard after the 12th, man. Give us a break.
Listen to me.
All
I
right.
want to talk about the BCP.
I will take her to lunch tomorrow instead of wasting
You
the
can take a Porter's Key and leave it there.
time. You're very cruel.
I grew like being honest. People tired, man. I'm tired of foolishness, man. Every 5 years she walk in that graveyard. You know, political grave. Come on, man. We got other things to talk about. You know?
I want to ask you all about the BCP and Ali.
That's exactly what it is, Shanique. A joke.
Give us
That's
a break,
exactly
man.
what it is.
Give us a break.
See how natural the joke it is?
I was eating my dinner before I come here.
Let's find something else to talk about.
Give us a break, man.
Okay, you know, okay,
Let's go
sure.
back to Porter's Field, man.
Let's move on.
Election is May 12th. Let's
Please,
move on.
man.
So
Another May 12th.
Yeah,
with just over 24 hours
this
left
serious business, man.
before the voter registration closes, a last-minute rush is underway across the country as thousands move to secure their chance to
Because they're
vote.
too lazy.
Laurentia Smith was on the grounds today and has the final push to the polls as it intensifies.
The clock is ticking as voter registration is entering its final stretch ahead of the general election, with the deadline set for Wednesday at 10 p.m., according to parliamentary officials. Voter centers across the country were bustling with last-minute registrants. At the Fox Hill Community Center, a small crowd waited, with some telling Eyewitness News that they had returned after being turned away on Monday. This voter told us she had been waiting since 9 a.m., but the registration process did not begin until 11.
Yes, it's very too long. It ain't enough people doing the work.
Now, the parliamentary officials explained that staff worked well into the early morning, contributing to the delays, a situation that did not sit well with some voters.
All day, sometimes overnight, where they took so long, and I could not, because of my job or different responsibilities that I had, I could not have stayed throughout the entire day. So,
Meanwhile, at the community center, we observed persons signing their name to join the queue while others left saying they would return. We also met Mr. Wesley Neely of We Care, a concierge services, who say that they were assisting elderly and disabled persons to ensure they were able to access the registration process.
Wanting to be a part of the electoral process. Transportation, for one, is a very, very serious issue for the disabled and the elderly.
We're here at the Elizabeth Estates voter registration site. As you can see, voters are standing along the walls, others sitting in chairs, waiting to ensure that their name is on the list. Now, many of the voters that we spoke to say, yes, the lines are long. However, they're willing to wait it out.
Well, the first time I went to the mall, and I was there for 3 hours, and I am pregnant, so yeah, that was too long for me to wait with no seats.
Well, because I really want to vote and I want to register. So I decided I'll wait it out.
Over the long holiday weekend, the Parliamentary Registration Department provided residents with extended opportunities to register to vote. With the election writ expected to be issued following the dissolution of Parliament, this voter say she had a different experience.
It's smooth for me. I had no problem. Walked in. I find that a lot of people aren't prepared. They're not bringing the right documents. They don't even know where they live.
The department says it launched a national voter registration drive as far back as last summer, but yet many didn't show up. So the big question, why did voters wait until the 9th hour?
I guess I was one of the last minuter.
Moved from island to island, so this is the first time I've been in one space long enough.
And I didn't feel the urge, to be honest, to put myself out there with an urgency to vote. You know, just being honest, as a young person in this country, I didn't see that they were interested in us.
According to the parliamentary commissioner, at the end of last week, 202,840 persons were on the register, making it the largest voter registration ever in the country's history. Laurentia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Well, this is really, gentlemen, you all saw that. I know my youth panel, who are going to come on hopefully later this week, we're talking about the historic numbers of people registering, that even first-time voters, youth voters, are interested in having their voices heard. Your thoughts on people making a mad dash to register, many of them complaining and saying, wait a minute, how the Prime Minister could call this election in May and ain't give us time to do all this. Meanwhile, the voter registration process has been ongoing since the middle of last year.
Okay. I think, Shanique, is unfair. I mean, if you want to, whatever you want to deal with the government with, and I know people all year long and whole 5 years cursing the government, and be it F&M, PLP, but to do that to those employees down there, the registrar department, I think they're doing a yeoman job. I had occasion to go down there this past week, and it was crowded, yes, and because I needed some assistance, and I think the lines were long, but they facilitated me. They helped me very well. I must give that to them. But the crowd of people that rushed the center in a mad dash after we hear that Parliament has been prorogued, and we know it's evident now that the Parliament will be dissolved, and so no, it's unfair. Do your best, try to get them register or transfer what it is under the circumstances, but don't put that on the people that, oh, this is all bad or that is bad. It's an overwhelming situation. Let's do what we can do and move it. We hesitated. A couple months ago, you could have walked in those centers and no one was there. Everybody was going about their business like what? They were on social media.
A couple months ago, a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago, they were on social media. They were in the news talking about this and talking about this rather than getting prepared for the general election. So it's on you. Those people are doing a wonderful job.
Shanique, you know, I agree. You know, for months I passed in the mall, especially. You know, I passed the voters registration, and you know, I watched the parliamentary persons sitting there twiddling their thumbs. Yes. You know, waiting on persons constantly. One day I said, you know, hey, y'all got nobody. Let me just go ahead and verify and get this over with. You know, but it's unfortunate that we as a people, as Bahamians, we wait to do everything last minute, and now we want to point the fingers in terms of it's either the government or so. No, it's, you know, we need to learn to take this thing seriously. And, you know, like you said, from last year, this has been ongoing. The verification process, or I think the verification process started some months ago, but, you know, now you don't need to verify no more. You just need to either you transfer or you go and you be a new voter, you go in and do it. But it's unfortunate that people wait this long to wait for the last minute, and now it's going to be closed, I think, tomorrow. You know, yes. we can't point the fingers. We can only look at ourselves.
Yeah. Listen, it's so easy to go and register. I registered 2 weeks ago because I lost my voter's card. I went down on Harold Road by BOB. It took me about 15 minutes to register. Bahamians just lazy and lousy. We always wait for the last minute. Then you complain. The Prime Minister called it early. The people in the office take it too long to serve you. But if you had done it in time, you wouldn't have been complaining. So you ain't gonna vote, that's all. Stay home.
By the way, the register, as someone is pointing out, one of my viewers, thank you very much, the register, remember you all, is a permanent register. The only difference is if you moved at some point in this term
To transfer.
Yes.
transfer your vote. If you've lost your document, for example, your voter's card, you can vote with your passport. So this clamoring to
make
get
sure that's a good Bahamian passport.
well, I think it is. So get this, you all. The Coalition of Independents tonight is questioning the integrity of the electoral process. This as the Parliamentary Commissioner fires back, shutting down claims. We get the story from Daniel Dean right after the break. This is Beyond the Headlines. A lot more to get to coming up right after the break. Stay close.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash, Superwash's newest spokesmodel. And I'm here to tell you about Superwash's large capacity washers and dryers for all your big loads.
I know I see that Charlie Banana coming here just now.
Uh-oh. Luckily, it's also big enough for me to hide it.
I thought he was right over here where these large capacity washer and dryers is. They're big enough now to handle your big loads, you know. Yeah, like your comfort on your blanket. But just look at us. Somebody forget to turn on the dryer. Oh, stop! Help! You hear something? Yeah, that's the sound of clean. Superwash washes your process you and entertains them 24/7.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin? Relieve it in 60 seconds with Aveeno Skin Relief. With soothing triple oat complex, clinically proven to heal and strengthen dry skin. Aveeno, your skin stronger.
Don't let diarrhea steal your sunshine. Imodium Multi-Symptom Relief gets to work fast in just 1 hour, offering our most complete relief from diarrhea, bloating, gas, and cramps. So you can get diarrhea off your mind. Imodium. Calm the chaos of diarrhea.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
The race to 2026 is heating up, and the nation's voice is louder than ever. Here on Beyond the Headlines, we're checking the mood, the momentum, and the message of the people. I'm Shanique Miller. Each week, we're taking the temperature of the electorate to see what's really driving the nation. Who's connecting? Who's cooling off? What issues are heating up ahead of 2026? This is Temperature Check 2026, where journalism meets the nation's heartbeat.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's great to have you all tuned in. Just before the break, you heard me talk about the Coalition of Independents. Speaking about the integrity of the voter register, here's Danielle Dean with the story.
Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain today delivering a cease and desist letter to Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson, claiming the Parliamentary Registration Department is failing to properly safeguard critical election documents stored inside its vault. Bain alleging that based on information from sources within the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Security Intelligence Branch, that unit has sole access to the vault, including advanced poll ballot boxes and registration card counterfoils.
We were informed of this by staff at the PRD who were all concerned about this fact. I called the Parliamentary Commissioner yesterday and he confirmed that that is the case, that he does not have access to the vault. He said that, I was told that they have to call SIB, Security Intelligence Branch of the police force, and then they have to come to the Parliamentary Commissioner's department or registry in order to open that vault for them. We will not accept the SIB being in control of our counterfoils and other election materials that is in there. That key needs to be turned over immediately, and the letter gives him until Thursday to rectify this problem. I also asked the commissioner when I spoke to him yesterday if the advanced poll boxes is going to be kept at the Parliamentary Justice Office or at the Police Commissioner's office. He said he doesn't know yet.
But the Parliamentary Commissioner is pushing back. In a call with Eyewitness News, Harrison Thompson denying that any single entity has full control, saying the system is designed with built-in safeguards. Thompson explaining there are two sets of keys, one held by his office, the other by the intelligence branch, and that the vault itself has two locks, meaning neither side can access its contents without the other present. He also revealed the matter has now been referred to his attorney. Still, Bain maintains the current arrangement is unacceptable, giving the commissioner until the end of the week to address his concerns, and warning he is prepared to take the issue to international authorities if necessary. With just weeks before Bahamians head to the polls, the question now whether this dispute could undermine public confidence in the electoral process. Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
Thought that Prime Minister Ingram answered that conclusively in the by-election for Golden Isles. Anybody talking about an election being stolen probably feels they're going to lose. And as setting a pretext, Prime Minister Ingram has made it quite clear. You cannot steal an election. Questions about a vote. What's the significance of that? By the time the ballots reach there, they've already been counted in front of everybody's agents, including the COI. You've already gotten your copy of the forms that set out what has happened. So exactly what is the significance of the vote in his mind? Or they're not going to have agents at the count for the COI. Because certainly the PLP will have agents in every polling division to count every vote. The FNM will have agents in every polling station to count every vote. Unless the COI is disorganized and don't have sufficient poll agents, they will be there to witness it themselves. So that is why Prime Minister Ingram said, get that nonsense out your mind. You cannot steal an election in the Bahamas. We always have foreign election advisors, observers, every election.
Gentlemen, I want you all to speak to the Coalition of Independents says, listen, they feel as though this election quite potentially can be compromised just based on some of the things that Lincoln Bain mentioned. Then, of course, we reflect, as you heard Monroe just did, on Prime Minister Ingram, who scolded his own party late last year and said, listen, come up off of that, because elections in the Bahamas cannot be stolen. There are too many systems in place to ensure that. But Bain is insisting, obviously, that his concerns are legitimate.
But you listen to Manu, he got no credibility. He got no credibility. He's a joke. He ain't paid the woman her damn money yet, $64,000. The guy said, we gave her a cashier's check, and she ain't cashed the check yet. Well, Chief, when you give a cashier's check, it's taken out of your account, eh? So you know the money in there. That's how dumb you are. Get real, man, please. On your whole party, you get 5,000 votes in the election. If you get it, I'll give you $5,000. 5. I'll give it to you. If you get 5,000 votes, I'll give you $5,000.
This, I think we need to, there's a lot of issues that our country has to deal with. And I think political parties, they can go and deal with these issues, raise these issues in the public, raise these issues to the government, and hold the government accountable for these issues, rather than trying to find non-issues. I mean, you go in the polls and you see something wrong with a counterfoil, you teach your people, this is what you have. Each party have sessions, training sessions, where they train their people how to work the polls, how to recognize certain fraud and irregularities with the counterfoils. You watch people as they go into to mark their X, and you watch them when they come out, what they do, what they're putting in the box. This is what your observers are in there to do. And if you see any irregularities, you bring it to the attention of the returning officer. And so, just like Mr. Monroe, so there's going to be people there, and you all going to count the vote together. When they're counting the vote, your people there, if they want to protest something, they have an opportunity to protest it. And once it's proven that it's a legitimate protest, that vote will be thrown out.
Let's go, Mike.
But, you know, again, back to silly season, you get a party looking for attention.
That's all.
That's
all it is.
You know, the parliamentary commissioner, after he has said, I am more comfortable knowing that not one entity has access to the vote. There has to be a dual from each, that being SI and the parliamentary commissioner.
Right.
They both have different separate type of keys. In order for that vote to open, the two of them need to be there to open that up. Whereas you can't, I don't want the parliamentary commission just to have one key where they can go in and out as they feel. I am now more comfortable with him confirming that there's actually two keys. SIB holds one, the parliamentary commission office holds one. And I mean, what else do you want? This is another party that's looking for attention.
And if you give the COI a key, they still ain't giving. You give them a damn key, they still lose. They still ain't get 5,000 votes. Give them a key. Give them a key. See if they get 5,000 votes.
This has been the process this has been ongoing. All of a sudden, the COI now is involved. I don't know what they feel. The process is now wrong.
Well, gentlemen, I'll tell you this. Gentlemen, I'll tell you this. Over the Easter holiday weekend, I don't know if you all were paying attention. We're going to lighten things up a little bit. All of the candidates hosted Easter parties, obviously for kids, during the holiday weekend. Did you all happen to maybe happen by any of them or see any of them? And who stood out to you?
I saw some that got washed away. I saw some that had very, very large bunnies. I saw some white bunnies bouncing around. You know, I mean, I think I saw, of course, I think Lincoln had a good turnout. I saw Andrew Blue Johnson for Charlotte. Sabas had a very good turnout with the largest bunny.
So you're saying Freetown looked good and Fort Charlotte looked good?
Yeah, I think on both sides.
Yes.
You know, I think there's a few others that I saw, some in social media. I think Seabreeze, Leslie had one that was well attended. You know, I mean, there was a lot of activity going on. I mean, it was good to see the kids out having fun, you know, and getting their prizes and surprises.
It was a very, very good thing I saw over the weekend, and they were everywhere. Everybody had the activities, and they were well attended. I mean, Sabas had the road block up, of course.
Let's remind them, young bunnies don't vote.
It's a good gesture for the children.
Oh, very good, very good.
The children look forward to little Easter activities and those other Easter egg hunts and all the other things. I mean, Sabas went above and beyond. He even had a carnival. Not just Easter, he had a literal carnival there with rides and everything for the kids. And so it was wonderful. Every constituency, Free National Movement, Progressive Liberal Party, COI, who have done something for the kids of our country, of our communities, even in the family islands. Kudos to you. Thank you. Don't let this be just for this occasion. Continue to empower our youths and our young people.
Well, I'll tell you this, gentlemen. I don't know if you all were paying attention to this one, because if you think Sabas had what he had, and he did, if you think you mentioned the candidates in Freetown, Michael, you mentioned them, and one or two others, get this, Rick Fox upped the ante. He brought actor Boris Cujo and his actress wife, Nicole Ari, to Garden Hills. Do you all think this made a big impact? Did you all hear about this?
First time hearing about it now. Who
they
is?
Who that?
You know,
Little O's on the prairie or what? What
the
is that?
reality is,
Mike, you know them?
I know one. I barely know one, but I mean, I wouldn't say I'd be excited to say I'm going to a constituency office to go meet, any so-called celebrity. I don't think, and that's, and people have to realize the reason why a lot of celebrities like to come to the Bahamas because we are people who really don't care.
You don't check for them.
Exactly.
We don't check. We don't care for them much. Some people walk past and be like, and we're the very one who say that cheap. You know what? Come in.
That's why the city say love to come home so much.
Yeah, either you're gonna tip me. If you ain't gonna tip me, you better carry. You know what? I don't. Come on. That's.
I think the Free National Movement need to kind of check him because I think he got the wrong concept about Bahamian and Bahamian politics. No, that's not us. No, we ain't like that. We celebrities.
He have a lot to learn before.
Yeah.
The 12th.
The road can be rough for him going ahead.
On that day, he will find out
rough.
that the people are very serious with their voting.
Oh, yeah.
They're very serious with putting people of caliber in Parliament. And come 6 o'clock, they'll have a hell of a awakening for him. Good luck, my brother.
Well, listen, you all, as we wrap up this segment, I want you all to weigh in on this because there are many hot seats that we are looking at and paying very close attention to. Killarney happens to be one of them. Former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis has announced that he will have an official launch of his campaign this Saturday. You all, obviously, he has been very dominant and prominent on social media. I mean, there's a video with him and his wife dancing and having a good time. I guess that was this weekend. Doing a whole lot of stuff. Then, of course, there are the things he talks about with his constituency or just, TikTok skits or whatever it is. But Dr. Minnis, were you all hearing about the impact of his campaign at this point towards the election?
Shanique, now being, I guess, somewhat also going through Killarney and listening to some of the, I would say, constituents, I think it's becoming, I'm getting more mixed emotions on it in terms of, people feel as though Doc will make an impact. I don't think it will be enough to win. I ride through Killarney most of the day and, I saw Doc and the signs all throughout his constituency. I even rode, as far as Killarney as I could have went, and he has made an impact in terms of his presence, knowing that he is the independent candidate, and everywhere where you see Barnett, you see Dr. Minnis signs right next to it. But I think right now a lot of people are having mixed emotions in terms of if they were to elect or vote for Dr. Minnis, what is it that he's going to be able to do as an independent candidate? I also saw a video where, I forgot what the news, some independent news report, I guess they call themselves, chasing Dr. Minnis, asking him what's his plan for the community. And Dr. Minnis kind of jumped in his car and sped off and left because he was under the tree with some of the boys. So, it's going to, I think, as we get closer to May 12th, I think we might see some changes in the dynamics. To be interesting.
Very, very quick, Shanique. I think it all depends on what Michael Barnett do, if she could hold on to the party's core support. I think this is a very interesting race. I think, though, let me put on my armchair pundit. I think Michael Pintard and Dr. Minnis has the same agenda for Killarney.
Which is what?
I think Pintard doesn't mind if he cause Minnis to lose and Robin win it, and I think Minnis doesn't mind if he caused the F&M to lose it and Robin win it. Both of them have the same agenda but doesn't know it.
I said weeks ago that McGuire's going to be the telling point in this election. For that constituency, she's going to win about 600-800 votes. That's going to be enough to take Minnis out, and the good lady from the PLP will probably sneak right in. That's what I'm
Leslie,
saying.
that's closer to 5,000 votes that you promised. That's almost 1,000 closer to the 5,000 you said they're not going to
You know, I hear Leslie, Michael, I
That's
heard
where she can
Leslie.
get it. She told me I don't get the money back.
No, but Michael, Leslie don't understand. He said about 5,000 and the COI getting 5,000.
Yes.
Watch the COI gets more than that.
You know, Lincoln coming for his money.
Just
Lincoln
watch.
is coming for his $5,000.
Leslie, you need to bet me. That's what you need to do. Bet me, so you can pay me. So you can pay me.
I haven't said that officially. Not officially yet, but give me between
if you don't pay him, he can sue you. You can be in court.
Let me go back on the ground tomorrow. I can answer that by Friday.
Gentlemen, I thank you. Gentlemen, I thank each of you very much. Leslie Miller, Ellington Ferguson, Michael Turnquest. Thank you each very much for always being upfront, very candid with your views and opinions, your thoughts. This is what this election season is about. Now that, of course, that we know the date, well, we're going to bring it. That's what we're going to do. We are going to bring it. No holds barred. I thank you very, very much. By the way, so listen, here's a question for you as we go to the break. Did you know that the most anticipated, or one of them, festivals here in New Providence is happening this weekend? That is the Agri Business Expo that happens on Gladstone Road once a year. I mean, thousands of people from Friday straight to Sunday go out there to Gladstone Road. Well, the Ministry of Agriculture representatives are here right after the break.
Tell them they need to support other local industries.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition.
A little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Idle Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
and know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
Fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At InvestStar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience, with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. We're going to shift gears now and talk about the biggest event this weekend that's happening on Gladstone Road, and that is the Agri Business Expo that the Ministry of Agriculture and the Department of Agriculture put on every year. It is highly anticipated. So many people and vendors from around the country really come to New Providence for the entire weekend to be able to show their wares, and it's just so many organic and authentic Bahamian product that is on sale. There are a whole number of from performances and just a lot that happens there. And I want to hear from them exactly what's on tap for this year's Expo. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, Jacqueline Fox-DeVoe, the chairperson of the Agri Business 2026 Expo, and Jensen Williams, a committee member of the Agri Business Expo 2026. Good evening to both of you.
Good evening, Shanique, and good evening, Bahamas.
Yes, now let's just jump right in, because my first time, of course, I was on assignment and I worked it and I learned so much that year. Every year you go there, you're exposed to so much about farming, the importance of certain things in our ecosystem. So let's talk about this year. First of all, like, what is the theme and the focus this year?
Oh, we have a wonderful theme. Our theme this year is agriculture, our heritage, our future. Let's get growing. And this year we're going to be focusing on the youths, as I would have mentioned, our future. They are our future. And on Friday we are expecting 200 young persons who will be. We will have a youth forum, and they will be telling them about BAMSI, how they can join BAMSI, the exciting careers in agriculture. It's not just about soil. There are a lot of lucrative careers that one can engage in. And we also will be having an agriculture cadet coordinator who would be telling the young persons how they can join our Agri Cadet program, which is also another
Is that a new program, this cadet agriculture cadet program?
Yes, it's a new initiative that started last year. Yes.
Really, what has the response been?
The response has been very good, and what we can attest is that all of it has been voluntary, and it's geared towards the students that are interested in agriculture, and it would give them credit so they could join BAMSI. Mm-hmm. So they get a better understanding of agriculture and realize that it's not that much a laborious job.
Yeah, agriculture is really, as we are seeing it in the Bahamas, it's morphing, and it really is looking very interesting. I focused on agriculture last week on the show, and the week before that, and so we see the various careers, as you said, about Ms. DeVoe, about just what's available, what's there.
Yes.
How do you plan on, or what is that message that's going to be the theme really for those 200 students at the Agri Business Expo?
Well, what we want the young people, we want to empower our youths as first. We want them to know that there is more to agriculture than what is. We want to change the mindset. That is the first thing. We want to change the mindset of our youths so that they can get more excited about agriculture. So at the Expo, we have a number of initiatives that they can see. We have site demonstration. We have a site plot, 5 acres of. They can do field tours. We have a number of innovative sessions that they can also see what's going on and hear from persons who have experienced the agricultural industry and the success of it, so that they can see what's there, not only locally but abroad.
Yeah. So let's talk about now what's on tap for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3-day weekend. What's on tap? How many vendors are you expecting?
Well, we have an excess of 100 vendors displaying different aspects of agriculture, from food to workshops, demonstrations, and arts and craft. We also have a strong contingent of high schools, which they'll also be showing a lot of their agricultural displays, livestock, cabbages, different type of lettuces.
I am really surprised, and I want to ask you both, Jacqueline and Jensen, are you both very impressed and encouraged of how many schools are now farming and on different levels, like H.O. Nash, for example, and the fact that they have livestock, like you said, and obviously produce and the rest of it?
Yeah.
what is happening now at the ministry, my ministry over the years, the last 3 years, have issued various grants to the agricultural sector, $2,500 in total to the agricultural schools to help to encourage them. And this has been a good way of helping them to let them know that, you know, we care and we are interested in what you are doing. So that has been a successful initiative, and they look forward to the help. Last year we had a donation of quite a bit of chickens. A lot of schools were introduced to poultry production, and that was also something that is well sought after. A lot of schools now asking, can you help us with a few chickens so that we can teach our young persons how to, to see how eggs are laid and how to go into the egg industry. So, yes.
Yes.
So I also have a list of stuff that will be on hand. We have a culinary demonstration where we'll showcase a high school processing competition, also a UB culinary competition, a yogurt manufacturing workshop, a fruit preserve manufacturing workshop, as well as a pepper sauce workshop. So we have...
that's always good.
Yes, and this is just different type of value-added products and different type of activities that you can make extra revenue.
Yes, absolutely. And I want you to talk about that. Like, we talked about agriculture being big business and lucrative business for many individuals who really go hard in it. But even when you create a product that people want, I mean, you can export it. Yes. Obviously, if it's very, very good and it is marketed properly, people around the nation love it. Yes. and patronize many persons. And so it's just a lot of opportunities that are largely untapped in agriculture. Aren't there?
That's reality. And what I can attest to as well is that it keeps the dollar home.
Yes.
It gives us an opportunity to see how innovative we can be, especially realizing the global climate that we're dealing with right now, where one aspect could affect the other. Yeah. And we are so dependent on food from other countries. We should know how to do some things for ourselves.
Absolutely. To cut into that import bill that we have.
And the Expo is a platform for us to showcase what we can and what we cannot do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's growing each year, huh?
Every year.
Because I'm very surprised many times to find out what can actually be grown here in the Bahamas. Yes. It is quite surprising. Almost anything we find in the grocery store that's imported can be grown locally.
Yes, can be grown. And what's interesting, a lot of persons look forward to the Battle of the Chefs. So far, we have a chef from Long Island enlisted and one from Cat Island. So we're looking for chefs. I am making an appeal. If you feel that you can cook a good native dish, please call us and let us know.
Is there a certain menu or just whatever it is you think you can cook to enter this competition? Come on.
Well, we have been educated by the culinary team that the protein theme will be turbot and mutton.
And mutton, local mutton.
Long Island will carry. Yeah, so that's their thing, yes.
We dabbling in that vicinity right now. So we'll see exactly who decide to come out. And I know, I'll say it out loud, I'm rooting for Cat Island.
I think Cat Island won last year.
Yeah.
Cat Island won last year.
How can chefs get in touch with your department and the team to be able to enter the competition?
All you have to do is call the ministry, 397-400, and ask for anyone on the Agri Business Committee. And we will get that information and have it to, if you're interested, and you have to be able to know how to cook. So we were looking for
don't just show up and figure
you're looking for the best
little white rice and steamed fish.
To represent islands. Yes, we're looking for the best.
So if you feel as though you can best represent what Andros is known and good for, what Eleuthera is known and good for, and just down the line.
You have to bring your best dish.
You have to bring your best dish.
Yes.
Okay, now walk us through, of course, Friday, the official opening, the ceremony, and then, Saturday, and of course, Sunday.
Well, on Friday we start off with the youth forum. After the official ceremony, we have the youth forum. And then we have a number of activities under the culinary department and throughout the day. And During that evening, we have our entertainment segment. Mr. Jensen, you want to share
Yes,
what
we
they can
have-
expect for entertainment on Friday?
On Friday, we will have live entertainment. Of course, we'll have local DJs providing us some music throughout the day, but we'll have live entertainment, namely the Jam Band, Ruben G, and Fan Sean. On Saturday, we'll have Urban Renewal Band, the Shadow Band, Bloody, Iron Store, and a Junkin' Rush Out group to be announced.
I didn't mention on Friday something that is interesting. We're going to have the Bahamas
Yes,
Development
Development
Bank at 1:30 to 2:30, and they will be there to tell farmers how they can access grants.
And funding.
So
yes.
funding,
Yes.
funding,
Yes.
information on funding will
Yes,
also be
we're
available
talking
there.
about a holistic approach,
Yes.
empowering our farmers.
And this is like, again, this is, listen, you all know thousands of people each day go at the Agri Business Expo on Gladstone Road during this wonderful annual event. But to be able to encourage people to understand that food security is all our business, and food security can bring you the financial security that you seek. It really is wonderful, the effort and the renewed effort and interest in areas that you're focused in on this year with the students and, of course, the Bahamas Development Bank and so much more. Once again, if persons want information about how they can contact, maybe they want a stall, certainly those chefs, what are the numbers again?
You can reach us at the Ministry of Agriculture, which is 397-7400, or at the ministry's Facebook page, which is the ministry's name, Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Bahamas.
I thank you both very much. Once again, the Agri Business Expo 2026 is on this Friday through Sunday.
Yes.
It goes until early Sunday afternoon.
10 to 10,
10
every day.
10 p.m.
Wow, 10 to 10, amazing. Good food. You can find wonderful, nice trinkets. If whatever you want there, it's locally made. It's awesome. These people have honed in on their areas of expertise, and they now have it there for sale, and you can walk away with whatever it is you want. I mean, it'd be something to eat or some sort of something from some artisan, something.
Getting food for your belly and food for your brain. So we got a plethora
And
of
we are
workshops.
supporting our local industry. We are buying Bahamian and we are supporting our local farmers. And that's the main thing all about it. Supporting local artisans, and we are promoting food security in our country.
Absolutely.
Let's get growing.
Let's get growing. I love that. Let's get
growing.
Yeah, and it's
Yes.
nothing like knowing where your food is grown and where it is and where it's coming from versus something you go and purchase. So again, the Agri Business Expo is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 in the morning until 10 in the evening. A lot of entertainment, certainly informative sessions, and hey, opportunity to shop and eat all the food you want, and obviously to patronize many Bahamians from honey and soaps and candles and bags, and there's a whole lot that happens there. There's a whole lot that goes on there. Animals are also on display again this year, right?
We also have a petting zoo,
A petting zoo.
Kids, yes.
and a Kitty's Corner.
Yes.
So no one will be left out.
Awesome. I tell you, it's a whole family affair. It's amazing, and you want to be able to plan to get there and just be prepared to browse around for a few hours because you really need that amount of time to enjoy the entire expo. And so, listen, congratulations once again. And once again, the Agriculture 2026 Expo is happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You all know, of course, where the farmers market is, the biggest farmers market right on that location. That's exactly where this is happening. And so certainly, of course, looking forward to seeing many of y'all out there. I thank you very much once again to both of you, Ms. DeVoe and Mr. Williams. Thank you very much from the Ministry of Agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you for
And a
having
huge
us.
thank you to all of you for tuning in this evening. Of course, my Hot Topics panel, Leslie Miller, Ellington Ferguson, Michael Turnquest, thank you very much for being here. And a huge thank you to all of y'all for watching and participating as usual. Really happy to have you all along. I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.